It's a good day. It's a day where we can start to think about the future.
Right now, Dane County taking a big step forward in the road to recovery, where you can and can't wear a mask as the county order is lifted.
We have been talking heat all week long. That continues to build towards the weekend. How warm do we go in the first warm forecast?
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us. It's June 2nd. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Happening today, you no longer have to wear a mask or social distance inside of a Dane County business. That is unless the business says otherwise.
The county's health order officially lifted. It's the first time in more than a year there hasn't been one in place. Here's what happens now. If you are fully vaccinated 2 weeks after your last shot, you no longer need to wear a mask indoors. Now, of course, some organizations will continue to require them, so you'll want to check for any signs before you walk into a building. And if you're not vaccinated yet, you do still need to continue to wear a mask.
Dane is the last county in the state to remove the mandate. Health officials say vaccine numbers like this have made them feel more comfortable removing restrictions. Almost 60% of the county is fully vaccinated. Hospitalization rates have also remained pretty stable.
Now, with the public health order expired, can we say the pandemic is over?
That's a question a lot of people are asking this morning. As counties and countries continue to deal with cases surging and limited vaccinations. Here to answer some questions this morning about all this is UW Health's Dr. Matt Anderson. Good morning, Doctor. We want to start by asking, so with this mask mandate being lifted here in Dane County, what does it mean to you?
You know, I think it's a great testament to the effectiveness of the vaccines and the great vaccination rates we've had in Dane County. So it's really an encouragement that we've made it this far and we have a large number of people who are protected. So I don't think we have complete elimination of risk, obviously, especially for those who are unvaccinated, but it's a really nice step.
Dr. Anderson, of course, some companies, some businesses will continue to require masks in their places. Do you think hospitals will ever lift that, or do you think that we will always wear a mask when we enter a clinic or a hospital setting?
Lots of questions about what our future looks like, and certainly I think health systems are talking about that. I do think that, you know, for the short term, for sure, we're going to be continuing to have masking, and that's really about protecting patients who are around us and others. You know, whether it's always, I would hesitate to say that, but I think we'll know more in the coming months.
All right, let's talk about kids. Summer breaks here for a lot of families. If you've got little kids who aren't eligible to get vaccinated right now, how should they feel about taking a road trip or sending their kids to summer camps?
Yeah, I think every family probably has an individual risk for their child or their children that they want to take into account. So, for example, some kids with asthma may be a little bit higher risk. You may want to take some extra precautions. I think outdoor activities are the safest for our kids. But when you look at that and have, again, those individual family discussions about what their risk tolerance is and what the status of their kids from a mental health and other standpoint is, I think parents will make those decisions and know their kids best, and certainly can talk to their providers if they have questions.
Dr. Anderson, I'm curious, would you feel comfortable traveling with your kids? Would you have them wear a mask this summer? What are you thinking for your family?
Yeah, I think our kids, you know, who aren't eligible to be vaccinated or aren't vaccinated, you know, are recommended to wear masks in those public spaces. I think that's appropriate both for their protection, but also for the protection of those around them if they could be an asymptomatic carrier. I think a road trip is really different depending upon what you do. You can take a road trip that is fairly distanced and safe for those who are unvaccinated. You can take a road trip that's not. So I think a lot of it depends on the details, and certainly wouldn't necessarily discourage it. But I think just being thoughtful about what you're doing, what the risks are, and what the risks the people who you're with are exposing around you could be.
Real quick, we've got less than 30 seconds left. Should kids under the age of 12 be flying this summer?
I think, again, individual decisions based upon case counts and, you know, underlying health risks and family risk tolerance. So I think those will be individual decisions.
All right, Dr. Anderson, thanks for waking up with us this morning, taking the time to answer our questions.
All right,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, all right, the expiration of Dane County's public health order is a sigh of relief for a lot of the county's small businesses.
It's another step on the road to recovery. Taylor Lazenby is downtown this morning with what's next for them. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. The Dane County community helped keep local businesses afloat last year during the pandemic by buying things online and ordering them and getting them at curbside pickup. Now, Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce President Zach Brandon says the community has stepped up in the biggest way yet, and that's by having one of the largest vaccination rates in the country. He says this makes it possible to start realistically looking at the future.
That sends a signal to to every business that to invest. That sends a signal to every employee that they can go back to work. That sends a signal to the public that they can go out and feel safe and while they shop and dine.
Brandon also says the high vaccination rates make Dayton County one of the safest places to visit this summer. Coming up in our next half hour, we're going to take a look at why you shouldn't expect everything to go back the way it was before.
Taylor Lazenby reporting live for us this morning. Taylor, thank you. Even as we return to normal, employees are pushing to keep remote work in play.
Yeah, a report from Bloomberg finds that some employees will quit rather than return to the office. The May study found that at least 39% of 1,000 employees questioned would consider quitting if employers aren't flexible about remote work.
Madison Metro riders will continue to wear masks this summer. The bus company's mask order, it's based on a federal order from the TSA, not the county's orders. That's in effect until September 13th. Madison Metro, though, will no longer have capacity limits on its buses, so riders can stand if there are no seats available.
Tomorrow, we are hosting our second vaccine clinic with SSM Health. It's going to run from 11 to 7. One here at News 3 Now, the other at Lenny Lake Farm Park on Madison's south side. On top of giving people their second shot, we'll also have some one-shot Johnson & Johnson doses, as well as some first doses of the Pfizer vaccine.
6:05 on your Wednesday. Chris Reese here now with your certified most accurate forecast. Hi, Chris.
Good morning, folks. We're talking about heat that's going to be building in towards the weekend. I'm watching that dome of heat start to flex its muscle out towards the west right now, and I want to show you how it starts to send some of that heat our way moving into the weekend. This is Friday. Watch the core of heat. See how the edge of that starts to work its way towards the upper Midwest Friday and into Saturday. Part of what's driving that is winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere are going to be out of the south and west. That connects us to the true source of where this heat is. But at the same time, we're going to be adding moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. That's going to keep things humid for a time as well. Folks, we break this down as we go through the next 6 to 10 days, and we have a 90% probability of temperatures being above normal right here in the upper Midwest, all the way through the Great Lakes and into the northeastern seaboard as well. And our average high is right around 74. But folks, we're talking temperatures already above 74 for your afternoon highs, 80s tomorrow, but check that stretch in 90s perhaps as we move into the weekend, and you're still close to 90 even throughout next week. We are talking 86 being a cool down, and even still that's going to come with the heat and humidity. Rain chances throughout this time, they're going to be low as well. In fact, as I break this out into the weekend, you'll notice that we're generally dry throughout southern Wisconsin. Your rain chances are either far to the north or far to our south. But watch what happens as we move into early next week. Into Monday, some of the isolated afternoon showers and storms are possible. We also have to watch Tuesday. This is going to be our best chance to see some shower and thunderstorm activity. In the meantime, it's beautiful, folks. Comfortable out there this morning. We are at 50 right here in Madison. Most of us are into the lower 50s. Janesville, you're at 52. Some of us are in the 40s, though. 48 in Watertown. Watoma coming in at 49. Meanwhile, Boscobel at 47 this morning. Planning out your day will likely top out right around 79 degrees. A couple of us will be around 80 or 81. It comes with sunshine, though. A beautiful day overall. The only thing to watch is that weak disturbance towards the north and west. That may send an isolated shower or thunderstorm towards parts of central and northern Wisconsin. Otherwise, sunshine all the way around, and that's going to continue all the way into the weekend. So if you like the heat, I'm telling you what, this is the weekend to get those outdoor plans together. Plenty of opportunities to do it, but you'll want to make sure you have an opportunity to cool off as well, especially Saturday and Sunday.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris. In Washington this morning, House Democrats have some options this week to investigate the January 6th Capitol insurrection. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi laid out 4 different options here. One would be a push for a second Senate vote on a bipartisan commission. The second would be to let the standing committees continue their investigations. Another would be to establish a select committee to investigate. The final would be to empower one standing committee like the Homeland Security Committee to take charge of a probe. This all comes after Senate Republicans blocked a plan to have a bipartisan commission conduct an investigation.
Withdrawal from Afghanistan continues to make progress with that September 11th goal looming. The military says the process is more than a third of the way done. U.S. Central Command estimates it's between 30 and 40% complete. The U.S. has handed the Defense Logistics Agency nearly 13,000 pieces of equipment so far.
Happening today, the Board of Regents will meet to choose the new UW athletic director. Multiple sources are reporting this morning that former Badger football star Chris McIntosh will be the next AD. He's been deputy AD at UW since 2017. In college, he was an All-American offensive tackle for the Badgers and a first-round pick by Mike Holmgren's Seattle Seahawks in 2000. He would take over for his college coach and mentor Barry Alvarez, who announced in April that he was retiring at the start of July.
The second-round opponents for the Milwaukee Bucks will be the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets come off a 4-1 series win over the Boston Celtics. The Bucks took the season series against Brooklyn. 2 wins, 1 loss. The series is set to start on Saturday at 6:30.
After the break, Josh is in the 608 with some important information. Another reason to get your yearly skin check.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Hi, I'm Coach Jordan with Anytime Fitness, and I've got a question for you. What is your fitness goal? Have you been able to reach it? If not, I've got the perfect solution for you. It's our 6-week Summer Transformation Challenge. During the 6 weeks, you'll receive personal training designed for any fitness level, an easy-to-use meal plan for optimal results, and your very own coach to provide you with the accountability you need. Now is the time. Limited spots are available, so stop by Anytime Fitness to reserve yours today.
Wisconsin's soil and water create the perfect environment for agriculture. But it takes more than great land to produce the world's best dairy products. You feel it in the way Wisconsin dairy farmers take care of their animals, preserve their family farmland, and lend a helping hand to their communities. What's that something extra Wisconsin has? It's pride. Support Wisconsin dairy farmers. Buy Wisconsin milk, cheese, and dairy.
Nobody says it better than our young fans.
Cooper offices. Cooper offices. And one call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
Gruber offices. One call, that's all.
Step 1, build a workhorse that works harder. Give it a letter. Then do it all again. Rethink, redefine, rebuild. Gear it for adventure. Make it sleeker, lighter. Make it tough, the toughest ever. And then make it a hybrid, because the only ones who can outwork the workhorse are the ones that built it. See your Ford dealer to build and pre-order your F-150 or Ranger today and get an additional $500 bonus certificate on top of all offers.
A healthy mouth is the gateway to a healthy body. That's why we designed Quip electric toothbrushes for adults and kids, toothpaste, and refillable floss picks and string that keep you healthy. Quip's simple features help guide a better daily routine to support your oral health at home or on the go. And refills are delivered from $5 with free shipping. Just keep your products for life and refresh every 3 months. Make better oral health simple, affordable, and enjoyable at getquip.com.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Welcome back. There is a woman here in the 608 who hopes you will learn from her mistake of not taking care of her skin over the years.
Josh Sprider is here this morning to share her story. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning. A lot of lessons all of us can learn from her this morning. Yesterday in the 608, I showed you how easy it is to get a skin check. And if that would have moved on to the UW Carbone Cancer Center, if they would have found something this morning. And right now, there is a woman here from the 608 who has a message from you at home after that became a scary reality for her.
I know there's someone that could benefit from hearing how important it is to take care of the largest organ of your body.
When Renee Zemke and her husband Aaron walk through these doors at the UW Carbone Cancer Center, it's good news these days, but that wasn't always the case.
It was just an atypical mole. Melanoma was not mentioned.
Renee had a mole move from her leg back in 2014 only because it bothered her when shaving. Fast forward 2 years.
Got to springtime, wanted to wear shorts, shave my legs, and I noticed on my thigh where that mole had been removed that there was a lump under my skin.
After losing family and friends to cancer, including her own mother, Renee knew she needed to get in right away to get the lump tested.
The doctor called me Mother's Day weekend and told me that I had melanoma.
Looking back, Renee says she never took care of her skin growing up, didn't use sunscreen, used baby oil when at the beach, even visited tanning salons.
I made all the mistakes. And so it's hard to think that it's not my fault, which is where a lot of the pain comes from.
5 years later, Dr. Mark Albertini of the UW Carbone Cancer Center is able to show off Renee's scans, which have come back clean during every checkup since April of 2017. Dr. Albertini works with patients who see cancer spreading or those like Renee who had it removed but are at a high risk of seeing it coming back again.
Melanoma is known to spread to both lymph nodes, to various tissues in the body, to lung, to liver, to bone, to brain. And that's what makes us so fearful.
Dr. Albertini tells me over the last decade they've been able to make significant progress in the battle against cancer through clinical trials. And he credits the participation from folks like Renee who are willing to enroll in working to benefit others in the future.
Her genuine motivation was to provide for herself what was cutting edge and best available treatment. But equally important and quite admirable was really her wish to both help others.
Dr. Albertini says Renee is very fortunate to have had an easier road than others, but she's no less important in the fight. And one of the simplest things in helping Renee on her journey to recovery, or perhaps largest, is this polar bear at UW Hospital.
I can remember who I sat here with, and I can remember how sick I was when I sat here. And I can remember my kids sitting here and my husband, and I can remember sitting here when I got good news. So it's very special to me.
Renee tells me she hopes to instill better practices on herself and those she loves in helping prevent others from having to go through the anxiety she's faced over the years.
Now I know better and I can do better, and I do that by protecting my kids. Wear sunscreen, get a skin check. It doesn't take long, you know, once or twice a year for a half hour. It could save your life.
Now, early melanoma is curable, but if it spreads, it's a serious problem and could result in significant symptoms or even death. Renee is now down to getting only one scan done a year at the UW Carbone Cancer Center, but she still encourages others to get their skin checked by a dermatologist every 6 months. That's what she does. She also hopes folks will continue to sponsor the research done in those clinical trials to help even more people down the road. And she's a big advocate right now for Gilda's Club here in town. She's a big advocate for those clinical trials because, you know, they helped her in the end, and it's hopefully going to help other people down the road too.
What kind of treatment did Renee have to go through?
So it was a very, very invigorous treatment for her. She said it made her very, very sick. Obviously, she was officially diagnosed in 2016, and then she was cancer-free in 17. So it took a year of going through the treatment and the process, and she said it was kind of the anxiety of that really lingers with her now.
Right.
So I think that's the thing that you have to kind of remember too, is that something that she's always going to live with. And you know, she had stage 3 invasive malignant melanoma, a lot to say there, but because of that, it has a high risk of coming back. So that's why that anxiety is always there, and that's why she's here to tell the story. You know, take care of yourself when you can, so you don't have to, you know, have that stress down the road.
Impressive she's taken that trauma though and used it to inform other people, try and make a difference in other people's lives.
Well, and I think it's amazing to see. I mean, obviously we know we have one of the best hospitals in the world right here in Madison, and the fact that they're doing these clinical trials, you know, we heard from Dr. Albertini, like, through this work, they are saving lives every day. So that's really cool, and we got to keep supporting them so we can save more lives in the future.
Amazing work they're doing. Josh Brider, thanks for sharing our story.
You bet.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on Facebook, Instagram, or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
All right, let's check in with Chris Reese in Madison's certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good afternoon. Well, good morning, rather. We're talking about days where it's best to get out and mow. I'll tell you what, it's today, it's tomorrow, into Thursday and Friday. If you love the heat, it's great. But if the heat is something that bothers you, it's fair. We'll be dry, but it's going to be hot as we start to move towards the end of the week into the weekend. We're talking temperatures around 90 degrees potentially. And get this, as we've gone through the last 50 years, we've seen our average number of days where you see 90 degrees come down. We are experiencing 8 fewer 90-degree days than we used to 50 years ago. Now, on the contrary, our overnight lows have increased by about 5.2 degrees over the past 50 years, and your summer temperatures as a whole have increased about 2.3 degrees as we've gone through the past 50 years. And as we go through the next couple of weeks, we're still looking at a strong probability at above normal temperatures, especially here throughout the northern part of the country and in the upper Midwest in particular. Some stuff to watch, but temperatures are certainly going to be warm. Traffic-wise, we're not seeing any issues on our area belt line. Stoughton Road looks good as well, so does East Wash and West Wash. And the interstate is in great shape throughout Dane County as well. We zoom things out, no issues coming up at all round to cruising along at their normal speeds with no crashes or delays.
Mr. Reese, thanks for keeping an eye on that for us. 6:20 now, still ahead. A Skyline pool you might think twice about jumping in.
Yeah, and coming up in our next half hour, how the nation's biggest meat processor is dealing with a cyber attack. Stay with us.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? And who decides what's right? Is it right for an insurance adjuster to try to get you to settle for less than you deserve? Is it right to let victims struggle to pay their medical bills? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. It means doing what's right for you. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
One of the biggest furniture events of the year, the Memorial Sale at Slumberland ends Saturday. Slumberland Furniture has the best prices around, and this is the final week of our Memorial Sale. Everything is an additional 25% off our already low price. Plus, great doorbuster deals.
This is totally you. Oh, yeah, this is the winner. Well, hello, Slumberland.
Get your look for less at the huge Memorial Sale at Slumberland, ends Saturday.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
MG&E, building your community energy company for the future through the power of working together. Committed to cleaner, more sustainable energy, driven by innovation, fostered by shared values. Visit MGE2050.com.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us, and our executive producer, Matt Clark, sent in this picture of a really nice stump.
This is at Corey Park. We found out it's just behind the Whole Foods on University Ave.
Never been, have you?
I have not. It's not too far from where we're at, but it's kind of right next to Hoyt Park, too. Nice little hidden gem.
Quite woodsy for the middle of the city, huh?
Yeah, you know, that's one of my favorite things about Madison, is the fact that right there in the middle of the city, you can get scenes like this.
Gorgeous.
I know.
Love
Beautiful.
it.
All right, warm weather is hitting us in the face. People are starting to head to the pool. In London, people are enjoying this pool. Check this out. It's suspended between two apartment buildings. It floats over 100 feet above ground level. It's the first of its kind and the largest acrylic pool structure in the world. It gives residents a view of London's iconic skyline, including the London Eye and Houses of Parliament. It's 10 feet deep. It was manufactured here in the States and then shipped to the British capital.
Isn't this just wild?
A feat of human engineering right here, I believe.
It's incredible. I don't know, would you guys have the guts to get out there?
Yeah, it's 10 feet deep. You know, I feel like I'd be more nervous if I could walk across it. But the fact that you can't feel the bottom, I feel like, I don't know.
I'm almost on the opposite. Because it's so deep, there's more water, it weighs more. I feel like it would have more of a chance of breaking because there's so much water in it.
You're pretty tall, though. You could probably stand up in a 10-foot deep pool.
Yeah.
Can you swim?
Yes, I can swim.
I cannot touch a 10-foot pool.
I feel like this would be the closest I would ever get to skydiving, because it gives you that idea that you're floating, suspended in the air.
Creative.
You know, as you swim without touching the bottom. I don't.
We gonna hit the pool this week with that weather?
If you want to. Any day's pool weather. If you're
plenty
brave
hot
enough. No, it's going to be warm enough for the pool, that is for sure, especially as we go throughout this week. Even today, a lot of folks may decide, hey, I want to hit the pool, even though temperatures are going to be into the upper 70s overall. But take those sunglasses. We have sunshine for everyone as you head out this week. Here's Doppler track. You see a couple of showers of thunderstorms throughout the Northwoods. The Northwoods are likely where those are going to stay as southern Wisconsin overall stays dry. 50 is our temperature right now. We're warming up to 79.
Stick around, folks. We will be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. A way that builds a state-of-the-art network. As a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the neighborhood, so you make a difference. Thanks for the hot spot. You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
It's Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Take 35% off store-wide and save big on the styles you want. A queen mattress, just $349. Or this dual reclining sofa, $699. This queen bed, now $749. This 5-piece dining set, just $999. Or get the patio ready for summer with this 3-piece set, only $999. Plus, with Steinhaffel's special financing, you save even more. Only at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffels.com.
Pesky leaks? Gorilla Waterproof Patch and Seal Spray seals out water, air, and moisture. Stops and prevents leaks indoors, outdoors, and virtually anywhere you need for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ladies, check it out. So strong, so not ripped. What are we talking about? That's the Hefty Ultra Strong bag.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Give me the bag.
Get Hefty Ultra Strong at a low price.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. Termites.
Don't mess up your deck with Tex-Mex. Terminex, here to help.
Is it possible to fall in love with your home? To get goosebumps in the driveway? Is it possible for your home to withstand nor'easters and help protect you from fire? Is it possible to fall in love with your home before you even step inside?
Discover the world of exterior solutions by James Hardie. Endless colors, textures, and design. It's possible with James Hardie.
The only thing better than tacos is faster tacos. That's why Johnsonville created its new ground taco sausage. That's right, taco sausage. Premium cuts of ground pork authentically seasoned with cumin and garlic. Next taco night, skip the seasoning packets. Just sizzle and serve. Because with new Johnsonville taco sausage, the only thing between your family and tasty tacos is 10 minutes.
Right now, meatpacking operations in Wisconsin and across the country moving forward from a massive cyber attack.
Showers and thunderstorms over the Northwoods this morning. How does this influence us as we move into the afternoon? You're minutes away from that first warn forecast.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Linscheid.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for tuning in. Meat supplier JBS says operations will begin again today.
Yeah, their plant up in Green Bay will be reopening for workers by 10 a.m. This comes, of course, after a massive cybersecurity attack over the weekend that stopped operations across the country. JBS is the largest meat processor in the world. The attack affected 13 meat processing plants. If it lasts longer than today, the pause in production could empty shelves at the grocery store.
I think it's going to have an effect on both ends of the supply chain. So if you think about it, JBS and its meat processing facilities will supply to grocery stores. They may supply to other folks who manufacture fine products, go to restaurants, all sorts of people.
As long as no one panic buys meat, experts don't think the impact will be noticeable if the company is back up and running today.
So last month, the cybersecurity attack on Colonial Pipeline did cause a big disruption in gas prices nationally after it was shut down for just a few days. JBS says they believe the attack came from a criminal organization linked to Russia. After those two big attacks this month in the U.S., the government is working now to be more protected against ransomware criminals. The expiration of Dane County's public health order begins the next step in the road to recovery for Dane County businesses.
Not everything will go back to normal right away. We know that. Taylor Lazenby is on State Street this morning with what you can expect. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. Businesses say that they are excited to be at this part right now during the pandemic. However, Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce President Zach Brandon says that you can expect a new normal instead of the way things were before the pandemic started. Now, some places will still take place and ask you to wear your mask and, of course, social distance. Many businesses will also continue using some of the great cleaning practices that we've learned over the past year.
As we move to this new encouraging moment for business and for the community, there'll be a little bit of a learning curve. And, people will test different things and try to ease people back into it.
Now, Brandon says for most part, Dane County businesses have been pretty willing to follow the science and the data. While some practices may stick around for a little while, he does say that things will be a little different and look a little different than they did during the start of the pandemic.
Taylor Lazenby reporting live for us this morning. Taylor, thank you. Last half hour, we spoke with UW Health's Dr. Matt Anderson about what the expiration of the health order means for Dane County and for the state. He says for those with unvaccinated kids, you might want to continue taking precautions.
Every family probably has an individual risk for their child or their children that they want to take into account. So, for example, some kids with asthma may be a little bit higher risk. You may want to take some extra precautions.
Now, if you missed it, we will put the full interview over on channel3000.com. And a reminder, join us tomorrow for our second vaccine day. We'll be with SSM Health handing out shots from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There are 2 locations you can stop by, here at our studios on Raymond Road or at Lenny Park. We'll have Pfizer for the folks who got their first dose with us last month. We'll also have some Johnson & Johnson one-and-done shots available.
We'd love to see you. All right, Chris, the weather is going to be great this week, especially on Thursday. And that's kind of a choice day of the week before it gets too crazy hot, or will the humidity have set in by then?
Yeah, the humidity really starts to move in after Thursday, but today and tomorrow are going to be absolutely fantastic. Sunshine all the way around. Expect sunshine really into the weekend. We're at 50, headed out the door this morning. We're going to warm up, though, as we go throughout the day. Temperatures later on this afternoon will likely be into the upper 70s, right around 80. But right now, headed out the door, Janesville's at 52, Juneau at 53. Meanwhile, Viroqua, you're at 55. Platteville, you were waking up at 56 this morning. Good morning to Lone Rock as well, coming in at 51. Here's Doppler track, though. It's dry all throughout southern Wisconsin. The only place we're seeing any showers or thunderstorms right now, you got to go to the North Woods. A weak disturbance starting to work its way in out of Minnesota into northwestern Wisconsin. This is the reason we actually have a chance of a stray storm towards our north later on today. It's not going to be widespread at all, quite stray. Same thing can be said as we move into tomorrow, but by Friday, the dome of heat really starts to flex its muscle, and that's going to keep things absolutely dry around here. This is this afternoon on Future Track. Temperatures into the upper 70s and lower 80s. You see the green blips? That's your little chance of an isolated shower or storm. We're mostly clear tonight. Lows are into the 50s. Tomorrow, we're more so into the low and maybe even the mid-80s for some folks into the afternoon. But then the attention really starts to turn to Friday. Watch how warm we get into Friday afternoon. This is 2:30. Some of us are well into the lower 90s starting to show up. La Crosse potentially into the mid-90s as we move into Friday afternoon. So we are going to feel the heat as we move into the weekend for sure. This is the reason that I keep saying when it comes to that mowing forecast, today and tomorrow feel great, but it's going to be hot as we move into Friday and Saturday, and it's going to be hot as we move into next week as well. We're keeping those average high temperatures the forecast high temperatures rather into the mid and upper 80s for quite some time, folks. Rain chances are going to be minimal, but we do have better rain chances as we move towards the mid part of next week.
All right, nice, hot, and sunny. Thank you much, Chris. Hey, who's ready for a road trip? We are wandering Wisconsin this month, celebrating the classic American road trip. And this week, we're taking a look at some of Wisconsin's state parks that are pretty easy to get to from the Madison area, but are sometimes overlooked.
Up today, one of my personal favorites, Mirror Lake State Park, just outside of the Dells, about an hour north of Madison. Mirror Lake, named for its calm, flat surface. It's a great place to go swimming, biking, kayaking, camping. Just outside of the park, a little perk. The popular Ishnala Supper Club is right on the lake.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes, you can get a reservation, walk around the trails in the park. Right,
have an old-fashioned?
Going to get dinner. Maybe have an old-fashioned. You'll catch me there several times this summer. Again, this is just steps away outside of all that the Wisconsin Dells has to offer.
Beautiful.
Stunning. One of my favorites right there. And tomorrow, we're heading out to my neck of the woods, southwest Wisconsin, for Wyalusing State Park. Tell you all about it. And Friday, Josh Breiter is checking out a hidden gem in the 608.
They are really happy to have us, I hear.
Are they?
Yes, this hidden gem that Josh will be at on Friday.
Oh, okay. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah.
6:36 now. Let's take a live look outside. It's a great day to hit up the state park. Mr. Reese keeping an eye on the forecast for the rest of your week and his certified most accurate forecast.
And federal investigators now teaming up with local law enforcement in Iowa to find a missing boy.
Looking to update your flooring? Surgenians has you covered. Our experienced salespeople will guide you through the area's largest flooring selection so you can make the best decision. And Surgenians' reliable craftsmen ensure your flooring's installed right. Local, sustainable Surgenians.
If a nurse is what you want to be, let Herzing University make it possible in lots of different ways. Whether you're planning to become a nurse for the first time or take your nursing career to the next level, Herzing offers learning options and a choice of nursing pathways, all with personal care and support. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. Be exactly the nurse you want to be.
I'm possible at Herzing. I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues building and bringing stability to families through homeownership. As area families experience hardships, Habitat provides a pathway to financial security and independence. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
He's here! He's here!
It's happening! What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation, plus no interest for 1 year.
Free installation on windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
News 3 Now, your vaccine information headquarters, and SSM Health are hosting a second Vaccine Day, Thursday, June 3rd from 11 to 7 at Madison's Lunny Park and at News 3 Now Studios, sponsored by the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
My name is Kenneth, and I am from Madison, Wisconsin. Hey, Chris, playing our game.
Good morning, Kenneth. Of course, we're going to plan your day right here on News 3 Now this morning. A beautiful day is expected right here in Madison. Sunshine all the way around. Look for temperatures into the upper 70s, perhaps even some of the low 80s moving into the afternoon. To take the sunglasses headed out the door this morning, leave the umbrella, leave the jacket at home. It's going to be a great day. Here's Doppler track over Madison right now. As expected, all is dry for us. That's the case all throughout southern Wisconsin this morning. Beautiful headed out the door right now. Our temperature sitting right at a comfortable 50 degrees. Rain chances as we go through the week, Kenneth, they're going to stay fairly low. We don't see any decent rain chances until early next week. At the same time, temperatures are on the rise. We're going to be into the 90s as we move into the weekend. Now, if you want me to plan your day, send in a video. Send it to tips@channel3000.com. Please state your name, where you're from, and make sure that you say, "Hey, Chris, plan my day." I'll do it right here on our show every morning, Monday through Friday, right around 6:45. First Warn traffic, we are watching for you guys this morning. No major issues are showing up, but we do have our Beltline construction. Keep that in mind. It's caught some people off guard as we went through the weekend. So take it easy, get to work safely. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Sounds good, Chris. There is a woman here in the 608 who hopes that you at home will learn from her mistakes of not taking care of her skin over the years.
Josh Briner is here with her story this morning. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning to the both of you. A lot of lessons for all of us to learn here. Yesterday in the 608, I showed you how easy it is to get a skin check. It only took about 5 or 10 minutes. But if a dermatologist would have found something on my skin, my case would have been sent to the UW Carbone Cancer Center here in town. For one woman, that became a scary reality.
I don't ever remember if I had sunscreen put on me when I was little. You know, I used a tanning bed. I laid out on Vilas Beach with my girlfriends in high school, put on baby oil. I made all the mistakes.
Renee Zemke has been cancer-free for 4 years now, but to this day, she still feels the anxiety of being diagnosed with melanoma at just 39 years old back in 2016. It was a lump she found under a mole on her leg, which she had gotten removed just a couple of years prior to that. It started it all. After enrolling at the clinical trials at the UW Carbone Cancer Center, Renee is now on a mission to protect you at home and taking better care of your skin, something Dr. Albertini admires in a patient.
This is like a journey, a long bike ride or whatever else, and you need a roadmap. And the roadmap we have are basic insights that have come from the lab into the clinic, clinical trials to test those, and now we're actually helping many, many, many more people and in fact, even curing some people with melanoma once it's spread to distant spots, which almost never used to happen.
Dr. Albertini says Renee is very fortunate to have had an easier road than others, but she's no less important in the fight against cancer. He tells me his best days, of course, are when he's able to provide good news to his patients, but he would rather not see these people to begin with, at least not in that medical setting. That's why he's stressing the importance of taking care of your body's largest organ, your skin. Again, as we've been stressing all week, that means avoiding tanning beds or the midday sun, finding some shade, wearing protective gear such as brimmed hats and loose-fitting clothes, and maybe the most obvious here, but the one we often forget, the sunscreen. Dr. Albertini says if we do all of this stuff, we will dramatically decrease our chance of having to see doctors at this level. So a lot of stuff to learn here, guys. I know I'm one in the past that I've done some of these mistakes, and I think you just don't think of the importance in that time. You just kind of, it's fine, like a little sunburn here and there, but down the road, it could just lead to something that's not going to be so fun.
And it can be scary to face reality. It might be a little scary to go to your dermatologist and ask for a skin checkup, but you said it was really simple.
Yeah, I will tell you, I'd never been checked before yesterday, and I was super nervous about it, but it was 5-10 minutes. Now I feel a little bit better, and I also feel better about talking about it and making sure that people are taking those proper precautions, because even yesterday, I made sure that I put a little extra sunscreen on, I put the layers on, you remember all that stuff, and it's only gonna mean, more benefits and, dramatically decrease that chance of skin cancer down the road.
Pay off big time, the long run.
Yes, for sure.
Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email. 6:45 now, the FBI is joining local law enforcement in Iowa to help look for an 11-year-old boy who's missing. Xavier Harrelson has been missing since Thursday. He was last seen at his home in Montezuma, about an hour east of Des Moines. Volunteers and law enforcement spent the entire long weekend searching for him. Investigators have not determined if his disappearance is an accident or a criminal act. Back in Wisconsin, Governor Evers says he's ready to veto the Republican-written budget. The Legislative Committee is currently writing the entire state budget. Earlier this year, that same committee voted to strike down nearly 400 items of the governor's proposed budget. Evers hasn't said if he will veto the entire package.
In Minnesota, the government there has sent out letters warning state employees of a potential layoff. The state's budget is due July 1st, and an agreement in the legislature hasn't been made yet. The legislature adjourned last month, and they won't meet again until a special session on the 14th. The governor said those 37,000 letters to state employees were a formality, and he does believe the budget will be agreed upon before a government shutdown would happen on the 1st. So the Guinness World Record for the largest Winnie the Pooh collection belongs to a woman in Vernon, Wisconsin.
Deb Hoffman owns more than 20,000 Winnie the Pooh items. She spent 30 years collecting, sometimes spending pennies on items in thrift stores. Hoffman estimates everything together worth over $1 million. She also thinks that by the end of the year, she might have another 1,000 items added to her collection.
All right. Hey, to each their own. Some people collect baseball cards.
Some people collect antique windows.
There you go. Cool. All right, so the Milwaukee Public School Board just approved a recommended plan for getting students back in class this fall. The plan has students in person 5 days a week with a standalone virtual option. Masks will be required for everyone. They want a flexible plan, too, in case of an outbreak. Now, the board says they want students to be back at full participation, too, for sports and extracurriculars in the fall. They're still listening to parents and teachers and students. Meantime, the Madison Metro School District hopes to announce its fall reopening plan by the end of this month. And for some school districts, summer vacation begins today, and others aren't too far behind. This means that for some, extracurriculars and sports are being replaced with more screen time and snacking while at home.
The Time for Kids Recipe for Health team focusing on setting up your family for a healthy and nutritious summer. Chris Reese has more this morning. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, good morning. Many of us are guilty of it. We end the school year, our routines go out the window, and before you know it, we're fully embraced into the more relaxed days of summer. Now, while in some families that can lead to snacking all day, SSM Health pediatrician Heather Reichert says there are ways to keep your kids eating healthier options.
Summer's a great time to get your kids involved in the kitchen. We know that if they're helping with grocery shopping, helping with picking vegetables, if you grow your own food, or helping prepare things, even as young as 2 years old, can help mix things in the kitchen. And then they're more likely to try new foods. Other great ideas are to have food prepared and cut up already for kids so that it's easily accessible.
In addition to preparing snacks in advance, Dr. Reichert says these are the foods you'll want to keep at eye level for your kids when stored in the fridge or the pantry. She also says that maintaining an eating schedule can help everyone feel full between meals and cut down on snacking altogether. Of course, our Time for Kids Recipe for Health team is always asking what you want to hear about, so let us know what health topics you're interested in or share your family's health story with us online at ssmhealth.com/timeforkids.
Yeah, I got to come up with a lot of activities to keep my kids busy this summer. They are done after this week. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of at-home time.
I know. You know, I laugh because I'm learning from these Time for Kids segments. So when it comes time to have my own kids, it's like, okay, this is good advice, good things to keep in mind. But I think it's interesting, just the simple trick of eye level to keep them eating healthier snacks, but the healthy snacks at eye level. It seems so simple, but I'm sure it works wonders.
Smart.
Yeah, you got to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, and hopefully one day it sticks. I've got some picky eaters, some not so much, but man, I got some picky eaters at home. A lot of parents can relate. Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
All right, coming up in the morning sprint, an update on the man accused of a shooting inside of a Madison homeless shelter.
But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV. Thanks for watching.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
This is a Wisconsin farmer. She grows the locally sourced freshness, the freshness that complements the wild-caught salmon, the salmon that tees up the cheesecake that sweetens every moment. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Attention to users of Roundup Weed Killer. I'm attorney David Gruber. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma after using or being exposed to Roundup Weed Killer, call Gruber Law Offices today. You may be entitled to compensation. Call us now for your free consultation. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Update your home with new flooring from Menards. Check out our great selection of IVC sheet vinyl flooring. It's durable, waterproof, and easy to install. Save on your flooring update with 11% off IVC sheet vinyl flooring. Add comfort to your living space with Mohawk Carpet. It's beautiful, durable, and irresistibly soft. Update your floors with Mohawk Carpet and get 11% off all of it. Save today on everything. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Spring is in the air. The birds are back. The days are warmer and spring blossoms are starting to pop. Beautiful, colorful, delicate flowers. This spring, let the outdoor living experts at the Bruce Company help you bring this season to life. Colorful plants, stylish garden art, and the latest trends in outdoor furniture. The Bruce Company has everything you need to start your spring off right. So what's your dream this spring? Find it at the Bruce Company on Parmenter Street in Middleton. Your outdoor living experts.
Buying your first home is the start of realizing bigger dreams with your family. That's why it's important to protect everything you love with American Family Insurance. Wait, what's that?
It's their dream car.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's actually my dream car. And my little dream tire swing with some dream trees. There'd be a nice dream garden right here, too.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance.
Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. This is a Wisconsin brewmaster. He brews the local craft beer, the beer that washes down the Oktoberfest brat, the brat that pairs with the potato salad that befriends the burger that tastes like victory. Festival Foods. We are Wisconsin.
Get started at edgewood.edu. Edgewood College. Bring it.
Welcome back. Almost 6:53. Time for the morning sprint.
A man charged in a Madison homeless shelter shooting has been found not competent to stand trial. Court records show 23-year-old Ronald Stevens will be committed for treatment. Stevens is charged with attempted first-degree intentional homicide and a shooting that happened back in March. Stevens accused of shooting a man multiple times at a temporary shelter on 1st Street. A few days later, he turned himself into Milwaukee police.
Dane County mask mandate has expired. Public Health Madison in Dane County said that expired just last night. Now, fully vaccinated people are able to now remove their mask and be able to do about everything they were able to do before the pandemic began. Unvaccinated people should continue to wear their masks. Some businesses may still ask you to wear a mask. You'll still have to wear one on public transportation like your buses and your airplanes.
Thank you very much, Taylor. In Colorado, authorities say they busted one of the largest shoplifting and money laundering rings in the state's history. 7 people are under arrest for an operation involving $5.2 million in stolen goods. Authorities recovered more than $100,000 in gold, 80 pounds of silver, and more than $100,000 in cash.
Breaking overnight, Democratic State Representative Melanie Stansberry, who will represent New Mexico's 1st Congressional District. She won a special election for the Albuquerque seat that Deb Haaland left to become the Department of Interior Secretary. Stansberry worked for the Obama administration, helping with environmental and community issues.
Canadians can now mix and match their COVID-19 shots. Health officials have changed the guidelines on vaccinations. According to the country's public health agency, anybody who gets an AstraZeneca jab for the first dose could follow up with the Pfizer or Moderna shot. Top doctors say it is still ideal for people to get the same vaccine brand when it's possible.
This morning, police are looking for 3 gunmen in Miami. The masked and heavily armed gunman killed 2 and injured 20 others Sunday. The car they were in, shown on security footage, was later recovered at the bottom of this canal Monday. There was another double shooting in Miami on Monday night that police are also investigating.
Didion Millings still owes $1.8 million in OSHA fines this morning. Exactly 4 years ago now, the company's grain mill in Cambria exploded, killing 5 and injuring 14. The Department of Labor said in 2017 the fire was caused by a failure of safety protocols. Didion appealed the fines and still has not paid them. The White House is suspending all leases for oil and gas drilling in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge in Alaska. The leases were sold at auction shortly before President Trump left office. The Interior Department says it's reviewing whether they're legal.
New developments last night in Major League Baseball. The league now being sued over its decision to pull the All-Star game out of Atlanta. The lawsuit argues some local businesses were robbed of millions of dollars. The lawsuit, coming down from a conservative group, claims the MLB violated the rights of businesses when it pulled the game. A group is asking for a $1 billion payout now.
Take the sunglasses, headed out the door, folks. A beautiful day is in store for us. And, of course, no need for the umbrella or the jacket or coat. Here's Doppler track right now. Any shower or thunderstorm chances, those will remain to our north. Expect dry weather for us right here in southern Wisconsin. 57 already this morning as you get ready to head out the door. We are warming up to 79 later on this afternoon. Again, that comes with sunshine. 83 on Thursday, 89 on Friday, but the humidity creeps up. It is going to feel like the 90s from Friday all the way to the end of that extended forecast.
Have a great day, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow.